Hi, Brad.
Hi,
how are you?
How are you, Elizabeth?
I'm doing great, thank you.
What's going on?
Okay, Brad. Yes. Okay. I need some information for my nephew. He was married July the 22nd, 2015. And then his wife decided to request the I-130. She do a withdrawal on 10/2016. With that same paper, she also filed for divorce immediately. But
he never got a green card.
No, he never got a green card. He had an alien number.
Okay. So what? So basically, what happened was the wife filed, withdrew the case, and got a divorce all in 2016.
Yes.
Right.
And then after in January of 2017, that they gave him an interview and they didn't show up for the interview, so they denied 3/6/17.
Okay.
Yes, my question is because he did had a bona fide marriage because he said they never had no problem.
Right.
He said they're happy. They went all over the place. He knew the family and everything. He said that he told me he used to take care of her mother and all this stuff. So I want to know if there is a possibility if he can get an adjustment of status or what happened.
No.
Oh, sorry, Brad. She also went and she remarried in 2017.
All right. So if you file and you're going from nothing to a 2-year green card, or you're going from visa to a 2-year green card, or you're going from some sort of status to a 2 or even a 10-year green card, your permanent green card, and you have something other than, a lawful residence, your spouse is in charge of the case. She can withdraw it at any time, and if she withdraws it, that's the end of the case. Now, there's 3 things you can do if your spouse withdraws your case. 1 is get a divorce and fall in love again. 2 is bring flowers home to your spouse, go to a counselor, figure out how to work out your problems. Or 3, if there is abuse in the relationship, extreme emotional abuse or physical abuse, you can file an abuse case. Those are always the 3 options. Now, the spouse remarried, she's divorced, so that's the end of the marriage. He can't go back to her and bring flowers and work it out because it's not going to be worked out. He can't even do an abuse case. I can't even ask about abuse right now because the divorce happened more than 2 years ago. So if you don't file an abuse case within 2 years of a divorce, you can't do it. So in essence, unfortunately, this gentleman who you're talking about has to start from scratch again, has to fall in love or figure out another way.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Uncle Brad.
You're very welcome. Good luck and be well and stay safe.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Let's go to Andy in Dayton, Ohio. Andy.
Yes. Good afternoon, Brian.
Hi, Andy. How are you?
Good. I'm a DV 2020 winner. I filed my adjustment of status and they received it on May 3rd, and it went to the Missouri USCIS office on May 23rd.
Right.
And I've been looking updates on my case. It's not moving, and I've been contacting the USCIS office. They say that the biometrics had started yesterday, and it will have 3 phases. The first phase...
Well, they have to approve this case and give you an interview and approve this case before September 29th.
But that's my worry.
That's my worry for you too. So if you're doing this on your own, you may have a problem. So at some point, you may want us to get involved. But you have, we're in mid-July, August, September. You have, 2.5 months to get this approved. So hopefully they'll schedule an appointment shortly.
Oh, all that, I don't really understand what's going on because
what's going on. Let me give you a combination of things that are going on. Okay, 1, you have a president who doesn't want to give anybody a green card, so he's making every decision for anybody who wants to help you at USCIS difficult to help you. Number 2, because of a pandemic, immigration's closed down and they don't have the personnel. Number 3, they're coming up with this fake problem that there's no money to pay salaries and they want to furlough workers from USCIS. And on top of it all, you can't get into immigration to speak to anybody at the moment. So when you have all those problems together, this is what happens. But still, they have to follow laws. They have to give you an appointment. They are giving appointments. All right. I have a client who just got an appointment for an adjustment interview in Holtzville, New York, first week of August. So appointments are definitely happening. All right. So that's it. Thank you. You don't want to know anymore?
No, wait. Okay. Can I have a contact?
Yes, hold on 1 second. All right, thank you. Yeah, I have a contact. I never was in the middle of I gotta congratulate Andy. I was never in the middle of helping somebody, and then all of a sudden he's all right. Thank you. Goodbye. I wasn't done yet, but I guess he heard enough. All right, let's go to Moses in Brooklyn. Moses.
Hi, Mr. Bright. My question is, I came to America in 2015 through spouse visa, and I've been married to this same wife 7 years ago. And I filed for my citizenship last year, which I did my interview in November, and they said they're going to get back to me, which my case has still been on review. But right now, my wife, he wanted divorce. I mean, like, since my case is
let me ask you a question. How long have you had your green card?
5 years ago, I got my permanent resident.
Okay.
I've been here like 5 years now, yeah.
All right. So when you filed your citizenship application for your naturalization, were you past 4 years, 9 months, and 3 days of having a green card, or something less than 4 years, 9 months, and 3 days?
No, I passed.
You okay. So as long as you're basing your naturalization on having a lawful residence for 5 years, whether your wife wants a divorce or not, that will not impact that case.
Okay.
So I mean, I hope you can stay together with your wife. It's always so sad. Every day we always hear it's sad, but everyone's got to be happy. To hear all these people who are getting divorced. Try to stick together sometimes. Try to work it out. But if you can't, you can't. But it's not going to affect. It's not going to affect your naturalization.
I've tried. I've been away from her like almost 2 months now.
All right. So, all I can tell you is the same thing I tell everybody. Bring flowers and work it out, or get a divorce and live your life and move on. Those are your choices. But it won't affect your citizenship.
Right.
But it won't affect your citizenship.
They're not going to contact her to ask her any question if we're still together?
Nope.
All right. Sounds great. Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Good luck.
Yeah.
All right. Patricia in White Plains.
Good afternoon, Uncle Brad.
Good afternoon, Patricia.
How are you guys doing over there? I'm so grateful for your show because I'm tired of people always coming to me and me having to look up the research, so it's just easier to just call you.
Why Google when you have Uncle Brad, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay, so what's your question?
Okay, so I have two questions.
Yes.
What happened to the I-864W form? I don't see it anymore on the website.
And because they're not using it anymore? Since they brought out the 944, they're making everybody go back to the regular I-864 form. So
okay.
That's been since February.
Okay.
Right.
And then my second question is, so it's not me, so it's someone else. So it's a U.S. citizen parent who petitioned for his unmarried son over the age of 21, who still lives in the country, in the foreign country. And his I-130 is approved, and it's now at the National Visa Center. The son just had a baby, and the grandfather or the petitioner wants to know, how does he follow to join for the baby?
Okay, so you want to include the child. So you get the birth certificate of the child, and you write the National Visa Center with a case number. Dear sir, madam, here's the case number, whatever it is. And I'm the petitioner. The beneficiary this is the name of the beneficiary. The beneficiary has a child that was born subsequent to the approval of the I-130 visa petition. Attached is a copy of this child's birth certificate. The child's name is Sam or whatever. Please include Sam as a derivative beneficiary on this approved case. The family would like to immigrate together. And they will then send fee bills for Sam.
And then that's it.
That's it. So it's done by letter.
Thank you.
All right.
That's all it was.
All right. Change my name. Thank you. Change my name to Google. All right. Blessing in Dallas, Texas. Blessing.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm good, Brad. Thanks for the good job you're doing, bro.
My pleasure. What's going on?
Yes, sir. So I want to know, my wife is a U.S. citizen, and we want to know if she can petition for my children living in Nigeria. They're all unmarried.
If are they, how old are they? Let me ask you that question.
One is about to be 9, one is about to be 7, and the last one is 5.
The answer is yes. You can petition for all 3 as an immediate relative. There is a Nigerian ban on immigrant visas, but certainly put in the visa petition and you worry about it in a year from now when the visa appointments come.
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So let's go to Dahlia in West Palm Beach, Florida. Dahlia.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I got married to a U.S. citizen, and we filed in October last year. We got an interview date, and then it was canceled due to COVID. But
Right.
A few weeks ago, I got a letter saying asking for more evidence.
Okay.
And okay, so we filed tax together, but we owe the IRS.
That's okay.
So we applied for a payment plan, but we haven't heard anything back from the IRS yet. Can I send the things that I got from the tax person?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and another question. My husband insists on doing a cover letter to explain our relationship.
What explanation do you need to explain for the relationship?
He's saying that like he don't think we're going on an interview, so he's just trying to give them a summary of how we met.
No. Only rule. Uncle Brad's rule number 1 when dealing with immigration. And tell your husband this. Tell him this is Uncle Brad's rule number 1 when dealing with immigration. Just give them what they ask for. Don't give more.
Okay.
Okay. Give what they ask for. Don't give more.
So they asked for the original copy, my original divorce papers. I should send the original?
If that's what they ask for.
Okay.
You give them exactly what they ask for, because that's what they want to see. Anything additional, all you're doing is shooting yourself in the foot.
Okay.
If they have questions about how you met, where you met, who introduced you, they'll call you for an interview and ask you those questions.
Okay.
All right?
All right, thank you.
All right, because I'll tell you what'll happen. Your husband will write this whole 3-page thing. Then he's going to come in and he or you will get confused on something, or you'll forget something. And all of a sudden, they'll say, well, wait a second, your husband wrote here that you met at Central Park, and you claim you met on 3rd Avenue. I don't know, I'm making this up. So what is it? Who's lying? Who's telling the truth? You're better off not to say anything. If they have questions, they'll call you in.
All right.
All right?
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Suzette in the Bronx. Suzette.
Uncle Brad's rule number 1.
Suzette.
When dealing with immigrants.
All right, Suzette, we're going to come back to you in 10 seconds. Just listen to the phone. Don't listen to the Facebook or the YouTube. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go back to Suzette. Suzette.
Hi, Uncle Brad.
How are you?
Hi, I'm
good.
Oh my God.
I'm not
Wow,
calling
you're
to ask
so
any question. I'm
excited.
just calling to say hi.
Hi.
And thank you for the great job you do.
Thank you very much.
Every day I listen to you at work. I hope I don't get fired. So every morning I listen to your replay. You make me laugh.
Oh, thank you. Do you know? I'll tell you a very funny story. I was in Madison Square Park, which is down on 23rd in Madison 2 days ago, and I'm just walking in the park. I have my mask on. I don't even know anyone could notice who I am. Two women come running over. Uncle Brad, Uncle, and they want to hug me. I'm like, oh, stop, coronavirus! Don't jump me. All right, but thank you.
And every day I put in like I wish I could do it more, but there's only one finger. But every day I do the liking and share, and you're doing a very good job.
Thank you, Suzette, and thank you, and please share the word, and thank you for all your enthusiasm. I really appreciate it. Makes me want to do my show every day. Thank you very much.
Yes. All right. God bless.
Thank you. All right. That was just a fan call in. Let's go to Natasha in Reading, Pennsylvania. Natasha.
Oh. Hi, Uncle Brad.
Hi, how are you?
This is good. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
This is my first time calling in.
Okay.
I found your show yesterday, actually,
wow. Good.
and I'm on already.
Oh, wow. Good for you. Yeah, we don't have. We had a problem with Facebook earlier. I don't know why. But Facebook felt that we were playing songs from NBC. I don't know why. And they cut us all down, and now we're back. But it's all right. We got a core group of people watching, so you were able to get through. What's going on?
Yes. I moved here in 2004 by myself with my family. I was pregnant at the time. I had a 2-year-old at the time. And you just answered one of my questions that I didn't even know that you could have sent in that letter, because I had to leave my 3-year-old son with his dad in Trinidad and Tobago. Okay. So I probably did not even have to do that. Mm-hmm. So now I know if somebody asks me, I can answer that question or send them to
It depends on who your petitioner is. There's different
rules. It was my grandmother.
Your grandmother, you were a derivative on your mother's case. So in that particular case, you can't bring your child would have been 4th generation. You can't bring 4th generation. So what my answer in the other one would not have applied to you, unfortunately. So you did the right thing.
Oh.
All right.
Okay. All right. And so now here's the problem. Yes. My husband, I got married in 2000. When did I get married? 2017, February 14th. I have an 18-year-old and now a 3-year-old. Okay. We applied, and I'm still waiting. We got an interview letter, and our priority date is March of 2018. The recent activities in the immigration, should I be worried that we're not probably going to get through? Because
I mean, you shouldn't be worried, but I would be annoyed that it's taking this long. You know, I think it's a different emotion that I would feel. You know, ultimately, if you're in a good marriage, immigration has your paperwork. Eventually, you'll get through. So it's not about worried. It's more I'm annoyed. It's 2 years and you still can't call me for an interview. So
we just got the interview letter saying that you've been approved for an interview. Everything was completed. Everything. They just kept sending stuff back for minuscule things. The paperwork was upside down when you scanned it, and they will send it. I'm like, you could rotate. There's a button that says rotate.
When did you finally submit everything? That they were satisfied that everything was
they were satisfied. Probably like 4. I can check all the messages. I have it open. I opened the file just to make sure.
Give me an estimate. Give me an estimate.
Yeah, probably about 4 or 6 months ago, right before the pandemic. They were happy with everything.
Fine. So this is my answer to you. Unfortunately, I'm going to give you fortunate and unfortunate. Okay. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately for you, until you satisfy them with all the documents. So if the paper was upside down, it was backwards, it had a crease in it, you submitted A and you submitted B, whatever it is, you finally got everything done properly. Only then, in immigration, does your case leave the starting gate. So it's as if your case started 6 months ago, which is why you haven't been called for an interview. So back to my answer to you is, don't be worried. Your case is like 6 months ago. I would just be annoyed that it's taking this long. Now, I'll tell you what the only good news about this. The only good news I can tell you is eventually you're going to get an interview, but more importantly, when you get that interview, because your marriage has now been more than 2 years and your paperwork has been there forever, you're going to go one time through immigration, you're going to get a 10-year card, and you'll never have to deal with this again unless you want to become a citizen.
God.
All right. So my advice to you is that sometime between now and the end of the year, you will get an interview. Because then it would be 12 months since your case left the starting gate. If by the end of the year you don't have an interview, then call me and let me get involved.
Okay, because my husband is losing his head right now.
No, just tell him keep his head on, but that's what it is. Yeah, but I don't blame him for being fired up, but that's what it is.
Yeah, he's had enough. He's like, pack up and come home. I'm tired.
Right.
All right. Thank you so much, Uncle Brad. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'm going to start sharing this everywhere. I didn't even know about this show until I saw it on Facebook.
Tell everybody. We're like this little train that could, and we'll get everybody watching us eventually. So thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
I'm going to go continue watching now. Have a great day.
Okay. All right. Let's go to Emmanuel in Charlotte. Emmanuel.
Hi, Uncle Brad.
Hi. How are you?
Doing great. How you doing?
Good. What's going on?
Thanks for the wonderful show. My quick question is this. I'm just following up on my earlier question. I think I posted it to switch the already. And my ninth circuit, the review that was...
Yeah, Emmanuel, I have to be honest with you. I don't recall what you posted, so you got to tell me everything.
Okay. I had a pending judicial review at the ninth circuit.
In the Ninth Circuit?
Yes.
So you filed, was this based on asylum?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what happened was you applied for asylum from wherever you are. You lost the case. You got put in removal. You lost the case in removal. You appealed to the Board of Immigration Appeals. You lost that too. You're now in the Ninth Circuit. You're at the fourth time somebody's looking at your asylum, but you're kind of at the end of the rope here because if you don't win in the Ninth Circuit, you're not going to take the case to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court's not taking Emmanuel's asylum case. That's going to be it. So what are we going to do to help you here? Because you're kind of at the end of the rope.
Yeah. When I have that. I'm married right now. Then you
okay, fine. All right. So you called the other day, didn't you call? I speak to you the other day. Oh, you did. Okay, because you had said you posted. Okay, right. Okay. So my answer to you is if when you came to the United States, you are an arriving alien, which means and you have to look at that notice to appear.
It's arriving alien on the notice.
What does it say?
Without being paroled. Yeah, it's arriving alien.
It says arriving alien. If you are an arriving alien, you are entitled to file directly with immigration an adjustment and a waiver. You don't need to go back to a judge. So I'd file the I-130, the I-45, and the waiver because you've been ordered deported. It would be a 212 waiver, and I don't know if there's any other waivers that you would need, but certainly a 212 waiver because you were ordered deported by an immigration judge. So arriving aliens, you're considered still at the border even though physically you're in the United States. Arriving aliens, if you're married and you have a green card immediately available to you, you can file an adjustment directly with immigration. You don't have to go back to an immigration judge. However, if you are not an arriving alien, if you were admitted and then filed for asylum and then lost and you're back in the Ninth Circuit, you would have to get the I-130 approved and then go back and make a motion to reopen, but not in your particular case. But you definitely, Emmanuel, need a lawyer. You're not going to do this on your own.
Yes, sir.
Hold on.
And my second question.
Oh, you have a second one.
What's the difference between arriving alien, some are paroled by the ICE, and the other one, it was the immigration judge?
What's the difference?
Yes.
Parole.
Immigration judge.
Parole is parole. Parole is parole. It's just who did it.
Okay. All right. Even the immigration judge, so far as arriving alien, is still the same.
What?
I'm asking the
parole means is that you're allowed into the United States, although we're not giving you a legal entry. Okay, we're not giving you a legal status, but we're allowing you to enter the United States. That's what parole means, whether ICE did it, the immigration judge did it, or anything else. All right, but hold on one second. All right, let's go to Candace in Silver Spring, Maryland. Candace.
Hello?
How are you?
I'm fine. Can you hear me well?
I hear you perfect.
Okay. How are you?
How am I? I'm good. I'm a little thirsty.
How are you doing?
How you do? How you
drink
do?
some water.
I'm going to drink some water.
Shaking.
You
I'm
talk.
just shaking.
You talk while I drink. Hold on.
Okay, so I've been here for 9 years today.
Right.
Because I came in the United States on July 14, 2011. Mm-hmm. So I filed for asylum.
Wow,
and
this is literally your 9-year anniversary here, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I got the call.
Yeah. Okay.
So
and you applied for asylum.
Yeah, asylum, and I was denied asylum in 2015, and then I was put in deportation, and then I have some appeal. So, and after that, I got married in 2017 with the father of my child, who is a U.S. citizen, and we have a daughter who's six years old. But we just got married 3 years ago. So, and we just filed for the I-130.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah, just like during coronavirus. So right. We don't have any answer yet. So I was wondering, because right now my dad is getting sick, and I was wondering if, because of all my historic immigration, am I going to be qualified for advance parole?
Not,
to leave the country
not if you have an order of deportation. You would have to reopen your deportation case first before you get advance parole, because if you left prior to doing that, you would have self-deported.
So yeah, because back in 2015, my lawyer at the time made an appeal. It was denied, and then they filed for. I just don't remember the.
All right. So this is what you need to do. You need to get the I-130 approved. Request a bona fide marriage exemption. Prove that you're in a bona fide marriage. Then make a motion to reopen your case with the immigration judge. File the adjustment with the immigration judge with your advance parole and work permit. Then you can travel, and eventually the judge will give you a green card. That's the process. All right. If you need help, hold on. Let's go to Hubert in Silver Spring, Maryland. Hubert.
I have a pending adjustment. Interview was cancelled due to COVID. But my EAD is expiring October this year, and I applied for a renewal, but it wasn't processed. It was sent back to me. One of the reasons being that I didn't submit the receipt notice of I-485. But my problem is I moved out of state, so when moving, I missed some of the documents. I don't have the receipt notice again. Then I called USCIS and was told they would send me the receipt notice, but it's been a month now, and I haven't received it. What should I do?
I'm a little confused. You said you filed for the work permit renewal and you didn't submit the receipt notice?
No, I filed for adjustment of status.
What did you do? Because I have
a pending adjustment.
You have a pending adjustment. I understood that. Yeah. You have a pending adjustment, and your adjustment was postponed because of COVID. They rescheduled your interview. You don't have a new interview yet, and you applied for your work permit, and then I lost you. I didn't understand what happened.
No, I have a work permit that is expiring October, so I applied for a renewal.
Got it. You applied for renew it.
Yeah, but it was sent back saying they didn't process it because I didn't submit the receipt.
Correct. Okay, so it was sent back. You filed for the work permit application. They sent it back saying, "Where's proof that you have a pending adjustment?" And then you had to submit it back again. And then you submitted it back, I assume, right? When did
I haven't submitted it back because I don't have the receipt notice.
You don't have the receipt?
No, I don't have it.
Why?
Can you explain some of my documents?
What about the notice rescheduling your coronavirus, your interview for the coronavirus?
Yeah, I actually submitted that. The interview cancellation, but still they didn't approve it. They were like, I should
So you don't have anything?
I don't have the received notice. I have the interview letter which I submitted.
Wait, what do you have?
Filing it.
What do you have? What do you have?
I have the interview letter, the notice of interview.
You have a notice of interview. If you put your copy of the notice of the interview, and you put the alien registration number, and just sign a letter saying I misplaced the receipt notice, they have to accept your work permit application. They'll see that your application's there. So I'm not sure. I think it's a little more. Maybe you filled out the form wrong or something. I'm not sure, but hold on one second. All right. Ooh. Your kids are loud, Grace. Your kids are loud. Hold on. Woo, she hung the phone up on me. I was only making a joke. I love loud kids. You didn't have to hang up on me. But it sounds like to me that there was more to it, because if you submit, I've submitted work permit renewals for and said here's the receipt notice on the pending, here's the interview notice, and on your interview notice is should be your alien registration number and your EAC number or SRC number or whatever case numbers you have, and if you fill it out right, then it should not have been returned. So it sounds like to me maybe it was not filled out properly. Let's go to Debbie in Silver Spring, Maryland. Debbie.
Hello, Uncle Brad.
Hi, Debbie. How are you?
Good. Very well. Yeah, I want to just ask one quick question. Mm-hmm. Okay, now, for someone, a citizen, who brings in a 17-year-old son from Africa and filed for him, so the son got the green card before he turned 18. At what point will the son apply for citizenship?
All right, so your question is, you're a U.S. citizen. You applied for your son. Your son got his green card before he was 18. Did your son go to live with you?
Sorry?
Your son lived with you when he came to America, right?
No, it's the father that filed for him. He lived with the father briefly and moved to the mother because they are divorced.
Okay, who was the U.S. citizen? Who was the U.S. citizen?
The father.
Okay, so if he lived with the father even briefly when he first came under the age of 18, then he is a U.S. citizen the day he lived in the legal and physical custody of the U.S. citizen father. So as soon as he came to America, he was a citizen.
Okay, so how does he apply to get his passport and stuff like that?
You make a passport application and you submit proof that the father was a citizen, he lived with the father, proof that he lived with the father, maybe the father had him as a dependent on a tax return, maybe there's a school record that says he lived with the father, and proof that the father's a citizen, proof of his green card before 18, and proof he lived with the father. You submit the passport application, they'll send him back a passport, and then you can apply an N-600 for a certificate of citizenship.
N-600, so he can do that anytime.
Anytime. He's a citizen right now.
Wow.
He's a citizen right now.
Oh, that's good.
All right?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.